So I'm excited to be working with AOL Studios and their original productions team and my team to create this series called Funded. And AOL's got a whole bunch of new programming, which was already a shock to me. We were meeting with our agents at CAA, and they're the ones who kind of brought us and AOL together and saw an opportunity to do this show. And then once we met with them, we loved it. So the series is about successfully crowdfunded, generally small businesses in the U.S. And it's a new model for funding and capitalization of a business, a new model for marketing and finding your audience. It's a new market for product development in some cases, as people adjust their product based on the influence of some of these very early supporters who become more than just sort of financiers. So we're doing 10 stories, 10 episodes. We're shooting this summer, and we'll be airing it on AOL's various properties and through their partners in the fall. So we are, I think, 5 cities as the backdrop: the greater Los Angeles area, Bay Area, Detroit area, New York City area, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And we're looking for, like, our attraction to this. My company focuses on storytelling through humor and technology. And this isn't necessarily an obvious landing spot, but there's a lot of fun in the crowdfunding game. And the story is what it comes down to for so many people. It's like, how are you going to convince a bunch of strangers to give you money through a website? They don't know you, they don't know your mother, they don't know your kids or your credit history, and they don't see your prospectus necessarily. They hear a pitch. And there's some kind of compulsion, there's some sense of purpose, some sense of novelty or innovation, some sense of being a part of something greater than yourself. So, for example, we're looking at a web series in the LA area called Awkward Black Girl. It's run by a woman named Issa Rae, who had this concept for a web series, and Hollywood wasn't really feeling it, but the public was. Hollywood is just a gateway to the public, so you don't necessarily need them all the time. So she got her first season funded, second season, she ended up finding a single financier for later seasons because of her Kickstarter campaign. We're looking at a game console, which is trying to disrupt the whole console gaming world through how they deal with developers and customers, the price point, everything. They traditionally couldn't get VC backing to fully cover the cost of building out this big piece of hardware. Looking at some environmental solar-powered bike in Raleigh, North Carolina. And Detroit is the city I'm probably most excited about because it's not just about a particular business, it's about the city. And it's about this revitalization, and the hard work of putting together again this great American city. And that is the most novel crowdfunding platform. It's not Kickstarter, it's not Indiegogo. It's called Soup. It's Detroit Soup. It's a dinner series. Once a month, people show up for dinner and they donate money into a general pot. And several businesses make their pitch for projects they want to get off the ground. And the crowd, the physical crowd, votes, and you get a pot of money at the end. That's the ultimate crowdsourcing.
Awesome. So you spend time with these groups and...
Yeah, we spent a lot. We talked to the various platform operators. We did primary research ourselves. We did a lot of pre-interviews, looking for a mix of hardware and fashion and green things and purpose-driven businesses, and stuff that's very urban and coastal and stuff that's more middle America. We wanted to get stuff that was on Kickstarter and stuff that wasn't just Kickstarter. So we're trying to get a lot of different senses of what the range is, including the timing of the investment. Yeah. So I have a column in Fast Company, the back page every month. It's about 600 to 800 words, and it's been up for about a year. This story that I wrote is different. It's many thousands of words, and at the end of 2012, I reached a breaking point. I was traveling half the time, on the road 180 days in 30-something cities. I left my job and started a company. I published a book and was touring with that, and I was burned out, heavily due to digital interaction. Answering all these tweets, constantly promoting and sharing and engaging. It is how we're supposed to be living, but it is also an unsustainable way of life. And as a champion of all that, I was relieved but also shocked to find that I needed to step away. So I took a winter vacation, not to a place like Cannes, no sandy beaches. I stayed in Brooklyn where I belonged, didn't get on a plane for the first time in a while, and unplugged from all social media outlets and all email and all work. I did that for 25 days, and I was so appreciative of and transformed by the experience that I decided to write about it. Fast Company agreed, and it ended up making the cover. That wasn't the plan for the vacation when I took it. The plan was, can I calm the level of noise and the level of expression, just constantly saying things, interacting, measuring the impact of a tweet. It doesn't matter all the time. Yeah. And there's a level of overproduction, over-engagement, over-analysis, and oversharing of our experiences, such that we don't always experience them, that I had succumbed to. And having some distance over this amount of time helped me realize that. So in this piece, I talk about what led to the decision, the mechanics of unplugging for someone as wired as me. These tools really aren't meant for you to disconnect. They're kind of one-way systems. What it was like to not take a picture of my food, but just eat the delicious food. And then how it was coming back and what my life has become now that I am back. Have I changed or not? So it'll be running for at least 6 weeks on newsstands, and they've got a lot of content around it. Hashtag unplugged. Check it out.